All right, so we got this pretty impactful little statement sent in. Your life is a reflection of your standards. Demand more from yourself. Never settle for average. And we're going to take a deep dive into this today. See what it's all about, how it applies to our goals, the whole deal.
Yeah, it's a powerful one for sure. What struck me right away was just how directly it connects what we expect from ourselves to what we actually end up experiencing. Like it really puts you in the driver's seat.
That's it, right? Your life is a reflection of your standards. So when we say standards here in this context, what are we really talking about? Like in our everyday lives? Is it all about just working hard or does it go beyond that?
I think it's really about that baseline you set for yourself across the board. It's like what you're willing to accept, what you consider good enough. Think about the effort you consistently put into things, the quality you aim for, or even how you let others treat you. Like if your standard for, say, learning a new skill is just kind of getting the gist of it, well, that's probably as far as you'll go. But if you set your sights on truly mastering it, really understanding it deeply, the effort you put in will reflect that higher standard.
So you're saying like the standards you set kind of set the stage for everything else. Then it says demand more from yourself. This feels like where the action comes in, right? Like it's not just hoping for more, but actually pushing for it. So how do you actually demand more from yourself without, burning out or being too hard on yourself?
It's all about intentional growth, you see? Instead of just letting things happen, you're actively seeking out challenges, setting ambitious goals. It's that conscious decision to not settle for your first growth.
Mm-hmm.
Try to keep refining and improving. It's about embracing discomfort,
Yeah.
because it leads to growth. But it's not about beating yourself up constantly.
Yeah, that's a really important distinction. And then we get to never settle for average. Now, average, it can seem pretty comfy, pretty safe. What's the potential downside of just staying there, coasting along according to this statement?
Well, it's not that being average is inherently a bad thing. But settling for it might mean you're not reaching your full potential. You might be missing out on growth on a deeper sense of accomplishment. It suggests a risk of stagnation, of never really discovering what you're truly capable of achieving.
So how do these three parts, the standards, the demand, the not settling, how do they all connect for you? It seems like your standards kind of create a vision, then demanding more is the engine, and avoiding average is like the direction you're headed.
Exactly. Your standards define what you see as worthwhile. That fuels your drive to push yourself harder to reach that level. And by constantly striving for better than just okay, you naturally move away from average outcomes. It becomes like a cycle. It feeds on itself.
Hopefully it's an upward spiral, right? But is this always the best way to go? Are there ever times when settling, not pushing so hard is actually the smarter choice?
Oh, for sure. Context matters.
Yeah.
There are times when taking care of yourself, prioritizing your well-being, means accepting something that's maybe not perfect. Self-compassion is super important here. This drive to always be better shouldn't make us forget to appreciate where we are sometimes.
It really gets you thinking about what drives you personally, doesn't it? Like it shows how much power we have just by setting expectations for ourselves.
Absolutely. It's a powerful reminder that the standards we set internally really do shape our reality. You know,
So for everyone listening, think about this. Is there one area in your life where maybe you've unconsciously lowered the bar, where good enough has become the norm? What's one small but meaningful standard you could choose to raise today? And what kind of impact might that one little change have on your life down the road? How will that choice be reflected in your life over time?
it's really quite fascinating to consider, isn't it?
So for thought, for sure.
Absolutely.